from Newport who own and operate a store called Rhein, and they graciously filled in at the last minute when our previously arranged speaker canceled. So please give a warm welcome to Aaron and Thomas Ribeiro, who own the store.
Good afternoon. Can everybody hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm Thomas Ribeiro, and this is Aaron. And thank you so much for actually allowing us to speak with you this afternoon. We were actually in Asia when Aaron told me that there was this opportunity to speak. And my first reaction was, I don't have the time to go speak to, I'm not speaking to anybody. However, we have another agenda because we're additionally hiring, so I changed my mind because I could possibly be hiring from someone in this room, right? So, we're here to talk about, amongst other things, luxury, retail, textiles. So, first of all, I'll give you a little rundown of who we are and what we do, and how it relates to everybody in the room, and then we can expand further and so forth. So, Aaron and myself, we're New Yorkers, so we're between New York and Newport, and we opened our store in 2008. Now, Rhein is a concept store. And basically what the store does, it's a store for men and women, and we also sell home accents. But what makes the store unique is it focuses on our niche target audience. We're very specific about who we're selling to. It's not a wide, it's not a wide stretch. We know our customer very, very well. We know who we're selling to, why we're selling to them, and why they want to actually be part of our experience. So people ask us about retail, and I always say we're actually not in retail, we're in the entertainment business, meaning we engage our customer, entertain our customer, and our customer's world matters to us. That's why they shop with us, and that's why we do what it is that we do. So I would say right now, if you don't know Rhein right here, in the state of Rhode Island, we're probably the luxury retailer. What I mean by that is, we only carry exclusive products, but I'll expand on that a little bit more. We only carry exclusive products, and the products that we carry, basically, if you're in Newport or if you're in Rhode Island, you can shop with us, so you don't have to shop in Boston, or you don't have to go to New York. If you want Marc Jacobs, you can come pick that up from us. If you want some designer labels, you can come pick that. You can come and pick that up at Rhein. But it's the Rhein experience, which is the whole point of the exercise. So, we're talking about luxury. Now, just to give you a little bit about our background. Aaron's background's finance in New York. My background is retail, hospitality, and the entertainment industry, and we pretty much merged two worlds together to conceptualize where we arrived at, which is Rhein. Right? Now, we've been really blessed. That's why I'm very happy to be here actually sharing this with you, because we've been extremely fortunate. However, excuse my language, but we bust our ass at what we do. We work extremely, extremely hard. Now, there's a tendency whenever I think of people coming to speak in front of students, like, we're very real people. I'm never going to tell you anything that it isn't. I would prefer to tell you exactly as it is, and you figure it out from there. Now, most of the time, whatever you've been told about the real working world, in regards to fashion, in regards to textiles, in regards to retail, it's brutal. When I say it's brutal, it doesn't mean that you will not be successful, because you will absolutely be successful, but this is the reality. Most of you in this room won't make it. Some of you in this room will be ridiculously successful. Some of you will just be average. Maybe you get what you want, maybe you don't even get close to what you want. But the best part of it is you're all starting at the same point. So the rest is up to you. It's really that simple. Now, why I say half of what I'm saying is because we've just come back from Asia, and we'll expand a little bit more. And we travel the world and we see everybody's work rate. And I always say, you always have to start from this position. Your competitor, and right now you all have competition. We have competition in the business we're in, but all of you have competition. There's a classroom right now in China with a group of students just like you. There's a classroom in London with a group of students just like you. Classroom in Italy, there's a classroom in New York with a room full of students just like you, going after exactly what you want to do. So if you think to yourself that you're just going to cruise along and land what it is that you want to land, it's not going to happen. It's not even going to happen. If you think you leave this room and you go to hang out, and you study like this, you do this here, you play, it's not going to happen. If you want to be really successful at this game, it just takes everything you've got to throw at it. And what you need to remember is, whatever you're throwing at it, your competitors in the other classrooms are throwing even more at it. So you really need to think like that. It's like all this stuff. It's like I was in this scenario. Erin's been in this scenario. We've all been in this scenario, and I've been in your seat, listening to people talk and tell me things. And the one thing I always wished was, I wish they would have just come along and said exactly what's going on, what the deal is. Don't tell me what I think, what you think I want to hear. Tell me what's actually really going on. And we do that with our employees. Some of them can take the truth, some of them can't take the truth. But for instance, whatever your parents have told you about the outside world in regards to textile retail probably isn't true. I'm a businessman. She's a businesswoman. We are in the world of business. I'm speaking to you because I can potentially find some new employees right here in this room, and that's what I'm looking for. And it's really important to impart to you, it's not just about hard work, it's about smart work. Right? But when we travel around the world and we see who your competitors, you have to understand, in the world that we're in right now, it's so competitive. You just got to have the edge on everything. How you dress, how you speak, the manner in which you present yourself. If you're going after whatever it is you're going for, whether it's in textile or whether it's like the game is rising every time. And if you want to play, you have to rise with it. These are just like facts. I'm not telling you anything other than that. So, it's like, you finish this stage of life, then you progress into the working world, and then you try to figure yourselves out. Can I do this? Can I do this? Would I really like to do this? And you just always wish, I wish somebody would just guide me along, give me that textbook so I know I can just check this off, check this off, check this off, and I arrive here, I'm where I wanted to be, I've got the job that I wanted, I've got this fabulous salary, I've got this gorgeous house, my car, my this, my this, my this. All that happens, but there's just that saying, little effort, little gain, big effort, big gain. And we are here because we are interested in big, big gains, but we put the work in. So, just to understand a little bit, we started our business with $3,000, maybe even less. We now have annual revenues approaching maybe 2 million. We've just signed on with business partners in Asia, And our new projection, we're looking to grow our company to $500 million. When we get to that 500 million mark, we then want to take it to $1 billion and just keep going. Currently, we sell other brands, right? But what we're now moving into is we're going to be selling the Rhein brand, our own brand of luxury products, which will range from apparel, home, shoes, accessories, you name it. Basically a rounded lifestyle brand. Now, you know, I see as one of my points here, what defines a luxury boutique? In the old days, to me, luxury meant, okay, there's an image of a guy with a fat cigar, he's driving the Rolls Royce, and there's a big house, and that's like the old idea of what luxury means. Luxury in the world we live in now, it's really about, it's about giving. True luxury, to me, if you want to talk about what luxury is, it's understanding your customer. And it doesn't even matter if you're on the back end, meaning you're in the production end. Knowing who your customer is. Thinking about your customer completely, taking yourself out of the equation. If you focus on who your customer is completely and deliver what they're looking for and deliver their experience, you'll always be successful. That's really simple. However, the difficult part and what gets in the way is we all want to get in the way and put our blueprint on it. You know, it's about us, it's about us, it's about us. That ain't luxury. If you really want to be in the world of luxury, and whether you're at the top end and you're buying Hermes, Chanel, or whether you're buying a lower price point, the result's the same. You got to focus on who your customer is. It's their experience, not yours. That's true luxury. And luxury in the world you live in now, it's not really about anymore, well, I just went in this store and I just spent $5,000, I just bought this blazer, it's so gorgeous. That still cuts it for some, but I think where we're moving into an era whereby, okay, I get it, this costs $4,000, but it's also nice to know that where this came from, it came from this factory. And in this factory, there's only 5 women who do this particular kind of stitching, and there's this great story they have to tell. And it's really just about just embracing the world that actually produces the goods that allow you to facilitate the market, right? So if we're talking textile, our partners are one of the largest textile producers on the planet. So just this last trip, we've been a couple of times, this last trip, we went into the factories for the first time. First time. And when I say factories, you've got to imagine 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 square foot of space, like giant. They're like Hollywood lots. And you walk into these factories, and there's machines like this, like machines for miles. And there's just looms of fabric churning out, churning out, churning out, churning out, right? And all around you, you can see cotton. So it was the first time, and I've been in this industry a long time. It was the first time I actually literally had a piece of the raw material like cotton. The cotton, which then turns into the yarn, which turns into the thread, which then, it was crazy. It was like, wow. You actually got to see the essence of the raw material where the guy's doing his job, taking it from here to here, following all the steps, right? And our brand is really about telling the story as to why the products are what they are and why they cost what they do. And it's not to get too crunchy granola and say, oh my God, but it's like, it's a story worth telling. If you've got some amazing people doing amazing things for you, and it's part of the brand, you should tell the story. And that's in essence, part of what we're doing. So when you, it's like luxury. It's like, it's too generic a term right now. So I think you'll find, as I'm saying, as we move into the future, like, you all care. Why do I know you all care? Because you're all on social media all the time. It matters to you now. You want to know where things are made. You want to know what that's about. You want to know why. That's why you ask the questions. That's why everybody's social media. I need to know. You can't no longer just hide and say, well, no, we do this, and you just buy it. No, because your customer, the clientele, you want to know now. It's like it's integrated, right? The experience. So if I have my brand and I buy these products from an indigenous tribe, I buy them for nothing, and then I come and sell it to you for $4,000, and I don't tell that story, and I keep doing it, sooner or later you're going to say, well, wait a minute, why don't you take care of those guys? Because those guys provide all this gorgeous raw material for you. So it's made sense for us that we figured, you know what? This generation wants to hear all this. They want to know. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to make my products, but I'm going to tell you their story too, because it's important to us. You need to know that. It's all part of the thing. So, again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, whatever work you're doing now, double it. Whatever work you think you're doing when you think you've worked hard, triple it. If you really want to be successful at this game, and it's up to you. Like like I said, some of you won't make it. That's a fact. Some of you will reach ridiculous heights. That's a fact. Some of you will coast. That's a fact also. But the best part is we all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? Yes?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
In your view, what's the meaning of life?
The meaning of life?
And do you mean that be successful just means make more profits?
No. No, not at all. Success to me is, in a luxury element, it's enhancing someone else's day to better enrich yours. If I focus on my customer and give her the best experience, he or she the best experience every day, your life's enriched. You get everything you need. So it's not a monetary value.
The money will come.
That just flows with it. But what most people seem to, I guess,
Like successful, like you say, only very few of us can be successful. Then
No.
define success.
not at all. Because each person defines their level of success, right? Everybody defines their own level of success. I'm saying, if you work in this industry, there are criteria. Well, if you do this job, you get paid this. You do this job, you get paid this. So it's wide open and it's up to you. The point I bring back to that is hard work, effort. It's up to you. So if I'm in a room full of students who are pretty much in my world, I'm saying it takes a lot to get what you want out of it. But actually the key thing you always need to remember, if you always remember to focus on the other person, you always get what you want. It's when you don't and you try to take everything for yourself and you're not thinking, and you always come across obstacles. So if you go back like everything here that Linda gave to us in terms of just like an overview. What defines a luxury boutique? Choosing your location, brands you carry, quality, style, prestige, buying, searching new brands, clientele, service. I'd say out of all this, I'm looking at it, and service is the word that sticks out. It's service. You want to be the best, you got to be the best, and you got to give the customer the best experience. That's just what sets you apart.
That's what makes you successful.
It's really simple. You've got to focus. What do I want? Okay, so who do I need to engage with? Okay, what do they want? Okay, let me really focus on them, get them what they need, and I guarantee you get everything you need every time. The best retailers do that, the best hotels do that, the best everything does that. But what it requires is continuously paying attention, right? Because you've always got to be, you've got to always be on it, and that's the difference. That's bringing your A game. And when you're on your A game, you're always, your radar, you're never off it. You stay on it like this. It's a dynamic. That's why I said to you, as you asked your question, like, the level of success you want is up to you. It's whatever makes you happy. It's, you know, I'm not the one to determine that. I'm just saying that, you know,